So we're going to start with those ones. I'm so sorry. Please let me know when those things happen because I was quite suspicious that the audio was not working too well, but you never know. So hands are going to start here and we're bending knees. Okay, so I'm really holding on to those 2 tetra breaks. Good. And I'm going to start to keep those legs. I'm going to straighten a little bit more. I'm almost straight legs, but they're not fully straight. They're just a little bit soft in the knees. And I'm going to pick up my arms, pull them right into my heart, exhaling, and inhale, coming back. So I'm exhaling, letting those shoulders drop towards my hips. And inhale, come down. And again, exhale. So it's the feeling, guys, that you're like sucking those arms right into here, really allowing those shoulders to melt down towards your pelvis. So the end of my collarbone will melt down to my hip. Exhale, really melting those. Very good. So that we don't let this happen. Very good. Exhale. We're going to do 10 of those. So inhale there. Exhale, pull those arms into you. Well done. Keep feeling those feet. So make sure you're not leaning forward. You have your head nice and long towards the ceiling. Beautiful. Let's do 4 more. Exhale. Good. Yes. And 2 more. Nice. Last one. Wonderful. Okay. Now from there, we're going to go half hands back. Okay. So my elbows are forward and I'm narrowing them a little bit. Keep my feet parallel. And I'm going to bring those hands up as my shoulders drop down and come back in. So feeling that I'm spiraling my elbows in, but allowing my shoulders to stay nice and broad. And I'm exhaling, going up, inhale down. And as I exhale, I melt my heart, start to connect and clip my chest with my pubic bone. Exhale. Very good. Long back of the neck. Make sure the neck doesn't go forward. It stays right and back. Good. Very good. Let's do 3 more. Exhale. Melt your heart to your feet. Feel your feet nice and strong. Heavy feet. 1 more. Okay, relax for a second. And now we're going to go for a skiing one. So you're like parallel feet. Bending knees quite a lot. And we're just going to be in this skiing position, okay? Like you're skiing. Your elbows are narrow towards your waist, but you're not over squeezing the blade. So this might be the temptation. You keep your elbows together, but then your shoulders are broad. But the collarbone is trying to get light off the floor. So this bit here is like floating up. Okay, so from there, we're going to reach our hands, pick them up, keeping the elbows where they are, and making sure the head doesn't drop. Keep my skull nice and long. Good. Exhale. Very good. Keep melting your heart so that you connect chest and pubic bone. Exhale. There you go. And you really feel your triceps there. Inhale. Exhale. Now, if you're a little bit high, go a bit lower. Really feel your sit bones. Press your feet against the floor. Inhale. Good. 2 more. Pick up the back of your skull. Make sure you're not squeezing your blades. Give space to your blades. Good. Last one. 1 more. Okay. And rest. Very nice. Okay. So many things you can do with these things. Just leave them there to the side. We're going to go for a roll down. So just in a parallel position, letting the head get super heavy. We're going to start to roll all the way back down. Very good. So nice and heavy skull, picking up that lower stomach, coming right down. For now, don't think too much about it. Just let everything relax towards the floor. Good. And we're just going to breathe in there to whichever height you're in. Doesn't matter. And just release your neck for a second. So you're going to say yes and no with your head, really letting that skull get a bit more loose. Good. Then you're going to bend those knees a little bit more. Send your sacrum down to the floor and come all the way up. Good. So just don't think too much about it this time because I just want you to really mobilize it. So heavy skull, engaging that lower stomach and starting to release. Very nice. Now from there, super heavy feet. Imagine your sacrum is crashing down to your feet to come all the way up. And again, inhale. Exhale, floating your ribs up to the ceiling. Imagine you're really lengthening those. For those of you who joined a little bit later, so sorry for the sound thing that happened before. Just technical issues. And last one, inhale, heavy skull, melt your heart up to the ceiling. We're going to stay there. Now, if you're too low, you'll feel like your feet lose connection. So go a little bit higher until you can really feel like a waterfall coming from your lower back, dropping through your sacrum down to your feet. And in that position, we're just going to try to twist a little bit towards the left side. So we're going to imagine we pick the whole collarbone and we just twist it, side bend it to one side. We're going to breathe in that side, making sure both feet have even weight. Breathe into it and keep sending the ribs up to the ceiling. Come back to center. Good. That little rotation. And again, on the other side. So we twist towards our right side, keeping the left foot really heavy because it's really tempting to just lose that foot. Back to center. Let's go again onto the left side. Really stretching that whole side. Going just as far as I'm not losing my right foot and I keep the weight in the middle of both legs. And just to the other side, last one. To my left, my right side actually. Great. Okay, from there, melting that tailbone down to the floor. Whew, very good. Okay, let's go down to the floor. So we're going to be lying down. Remember, if you want a cushion for your head, in these exercises, feel free to use one. It will help you. I'm just going to bring this a little bit lower so you can see me properly. We've got like a wonderful storm coming in. It looks like it's calmed down, but it was crazy. We just heard like a big thunder. So we're going to have just hands by our sides. So pressing on both palms and starting to imagine as we do, my heart is melting down to the floor. So I'm really starting to find that connection between my palms and my chest. How hard can I press on my palms? And how can that inform my heart to drop? Now, really tempting for us to have really straight arms and then my chest might pop out. So I would recommend for you for now, to keep your elbows light. As if you had a little egg underneath your elbows. You don't want to break it. Good. Now you're going to inhale, expanding your sides, trying to keep that chest soft. And you're going to pick up one knee to your chest. Very good. Now you're going to inhale. As you exhale, melt the heart again. Pick up the other leg. Good. Now we're going to have hands behind your head. Okay, so really making sure you're interlacing your fingers, thumbs along through the back of your neck, and your elbows are starting to stretch up to the ceiling. And as your triceps stretch up, you're going to let that heart melt and all that middle of your body melt as you start to pick up your upper back. So you inhale into your upper back as if you wanted to float it off the mat and start to exhale, melt that belly down as if you had 4 elephants on top of your belly. And again, inhale, exhale. So when you exhale, you don't drop down, you stay there. Every time you inhale, you float a bit higher. And every time you exhale, you stay there, narrow your waist. Good, make the elephants heavier. Inhale. Good, squeeze your heels together like crazy. Last one. And relax. Good, let's do a couple more. Wonderful. There you go. And now, elbows are still nice and up to the ceiling. Allow those arm bones to drop because it's quite tempting to just pull with everything. Just imagine the arm bone is dropping into the socket, squeezing feet, making sure the legs are not going too heavy, so you pull your knees towards you. And then again, getting that feeling of a hammock. So how heavy can my heart get? Keeping your head long on your hands. Remembering your head doesn't want to pick up. It's just the air in the middle of your blades that picks you up. Inhale. Exhale, heavier belly. Imagine those 4 elephants on your belly. Inhale. Think of your elbows picking up long, not up, just long. Yes. Last one. Wonderful. And let's just do the last one. So really, really think of that head getting relaxed into my hands. Beach bed in Las Bahamas. My head is not doing anything. My head is super relaxed, It's just my elbows that pick me up and my heart melting that does it for me. Inhale, exhale, very good. Heavy belly, heavy belly. Last one. And relax. So good. Okay, relax there for a second for me and just pull your knees to your chest. We're going to do just little circles with the hands on our knees. Nice and wide. Very good. And the other way around. Okay, last one. Very, very nice. Good. And from there, just keeping those legs down for a second. We're just going to go with knees dropping down to one side so feet are together. And as you exhale, you press in your left palm to bring those legs back to center. So nice and soft inhale, just really working on that pressure of the palms, bringing me back and making my belly and front very heavy to come back to center. Inhale, pressing on that palm. Very good. And just noticing where you naturally grip. It's very easy to grip in the belly, right? We're really used to gripping. So I want you to imagine is the fact it's like spreading something on top of it. You know, like a big weight that spreads instead of gripping and pushing out. So really spread that something that gets very heavy. Last one. It's really good to practice with exercise and don't have much load. Last one. There you go. Okay, now from there, we're going to keep that feeling. We're going to inhale, and as we exhale, pressing on the left foot onto the floor, we're going to pick up our right foot. We inhale, bring that right foot down. Exhale, change to our left coming up. Now, every foot that's on the floor, it's really active. Inhale, left leg comes down. Exhale, heavy chest brings the right knee up. Inhale, down. Using those palms to connect it with your chest. So you start to feel like your whole body's working together. It's not just legs and then arms and then, everything does a different thing. It's actually like a system. So you really need to press with the leg that's down in order to feel the support in the leg that comes up. Very good. It's a system that needs every single piece to make the balance work. Good. Last one. Nice. And we're going to stay with one leg up. And we're going to press in both hands, making the heart very heavy to pick up the other leg up. Now squeezing heels there, having hands behind your knees, pulling elbows apart, heavy shoulders. You're going to stretch those calves up to the ceiling as you exhale and bend those knees again. So you're letting heart and belly melt as your heels reach up to the ceiling, and then you're bending again. Very good. Squeeze heels. So the feeling, guys, that there's like a string between my heels and my belly. So when my heels pick up, stretch, my belly drops. It's like an opposition there. And I'm not pressing in the back of my knee. So if I feel like I'm struggling with my hands to keep my legs there, that means I'm doing too much with the back of my knees. Keep it in the back of your knees without working at all. And you don't have to go too far. Just as far as you feel it's enough. Very good. We're going to stay there on the last one, okay? So we stay right there. Very good. Now legs stay up, squeezing heels together. We're going to take the legs towards the right side. Press with the right palm to come back to center. Very good. I'm starting to feel, guys, how my hands are so connected to my heart that I'm sucking my leg right in that beat underneath my chest. So like really, really like the feeling that I'm sucking those arches into my belly. Inhale. Heavy press on the palm. Beautiful. And you see all that shaking that happens with me. I'm a bit like, yeah, so that shaking just happens sometimes when you connect both ends. So really think of making those two ends connect so that your legs are really in your stomach. Last one. Very good. Now we're going to stay there. Okay, keep letting that thigh bone drop. You're going to press with your hands like crazy. Make sure your elbows are a little bit bent. Super heavy to lift your legs up to the ceiling. Now, make sure you're lifting them and not dropping them. So you're like imagining you're lifting them onto a strap. Good. And your heels are super together. So if you had a cushion in between them, you would never lose your cushion. Now, my elbows are light and I'm pressing with my hands, never losing my hands to melt my spine back down, vertebrae per vertebrae. Wonderful. Good. So, quite a lot of things to think about here. First, not losing the hands. Your hands are going to give you this bending of the spine in the thoracic. That's very tight normally. So these are your saviors. Palms super strong. Then heels. If we lose this, we're going to lose the back of the hips, and that's very dangerous for our back. So those two things are the most important things. And then another thing, trying to keep the distance between this and this. So it's like there's a ball here, a pregnant lady, and I cannot squish the baby, okay? So let's go with that. So I'm picking up my legs without squeezing. If I do this, I just squeeze the baby, right? So I want to lift them up to the ceiling and back. Very good. Now I lift my feet into the strap. Squeeze heels together and palms. Don't lose your palms. Don't you ever lose your palms. Now the sacrum stays light. Melt your heart down as you keep using your palms and coming down. Wonderful. Let's just do one more. If this is too much, you can always do these one couple times more, okay? But I'm sure by now we can all try this out. At least try it out. And if you want to give yourself a bit of support, you can also put something underneath your bum so you're already a little bit higher, like a cushion or something, okay? And again, pressing, very good. Lifting those feet onto the strap. Keep imagining you're lifting. Now my sacrum stays light. That's why I don't just drop very suddenly, because my bum stays light. I keep my hands. Okay, and relax there for a second. Just gonna give me a little bit of, yeah, just relaxing legs. Let the insteps really drop. Wonderful, wonderful. You can also open the wrists a bit. Okay, let's just stretch that bum. So you're going to cross one leg on top of the other one. Grab your thigh, your left thigh, pull it towards you. Make sure your sit bones are forward. Very good. It's so warm in here today. We had such a lovely weekend. It's really good weather. That's it. And the other one. Nice. Very heavy sit bones. Pull it towards you. Okay, very, very, very nice. And let's come all the way up, okay? So let's do some sitting. We're going to do with the hands back here, if you remember. So we've got heels pulled against the bum. So we do have like a little string between my heels and my bum, and my palms are here. Fingers are towards my toes, okay? And from there, all I'm going to do is I'm going to tip my pubic bone towards my nose. So it's literally just tilting my pelvis down towards my nose to go all the way down. Relax all that. Very good. Now I press on my whole palm to melt my heart down. So I'm really letting the middle of my shoulders, that space in the middle, drop down. And again, very good. And I come tilting my pubic bone back. Heavy belly. Imagine you really want to drop the belly there. And now you melt that space right there in the middle, as if you had like a little saw there in the middle. Drop it down to come all the way up. Very good. Two more. Pubic bone to your nose. We're going to stay there here. Holding onto your hands, so very strong hands. We're going to inhale. As we exhale, we pick up one knee to our chest, trying to make the pubic bone really, really tip towards my nose, and we pick up the other leg. Now we're going to go for a swing. So we keep the distance between my chest and my knees, and I'm going to rock forward, and I'm going to rock backwards, really rolling through my whole sacrum. The distance between my knees and my chest never changes. I am really supported on my hands. And every time I rock backwards, I imagine I'm absorbing the seam of my trousers. Okay, so it's like my arches are being swept right into the seam of my trousers. Beautiful, using that pelvic floor. Nice. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Okay, I'm gonna stay there. I'm gonna relax those shins, and I'm gonna have my hands a little bit farther away from me. So I'm not very comfy. I'm like in that middle spot where I am having to work with my stomach, but my hands are supporting me a little bit. So hands are one on each direction, creating that opposition. I'm strong in my shoulders and I'm letting my belly be super heavy. From there, I'm gonna keep my pubic bone towards my nose, just touch the water with the tip of my right foot and back up. Inhaling. So I pick up my knee because my heart is melting. Inhale. Melt your heart to pick up your knee so that every time you take your knee away from you, your belly does not pop out. It gets even heavier. So I keep that heavy belly and I take the leg out, inhaling. Heavier, even heavier to pull it in. Good. Two more. Heavier, heavier belly, heavier, heavier, even heavier. Last one. Heavy, 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 heavy. Good. Okay, nice. Very good work. Nice. And let's just do a little bit of groin openings. We're just going to be nice and up in our second position, bending knees. We're going to have hands in the front of the knees, and we're just going to reach this leg away from us. Okay, so pulling this, bringing this shoulder in, pulling the knee away from us. We're still on our feet, so we're not fully collapsed. We have strong feet and the bum is up, which is opening that groin. And we're going to go to the other side. Very good. So reaching that thigh away from us. Wonderful. There we go. Two more. Right side. That's it. Really getting onto that soft. Good. And last one. Marvelous. And I feel like we should do some torsion actually. So have you got a chair over there? Let's grab a chair. Any chair you've got around will work for us. Whoa. So this is what I've got. But you can either have a stool, it can be anything really. Ideally not something that moves because it's not going to give you a lot of stability. Ideally something you can sit on comfortably and be right on the edge of it, okay? So this is going to be our position, starting position, and we're going to have hands on our knees. From there, bring this back. Good. So from there, we're just going to slide those hands forward as I tip my pubic bone towards my nose. Very simple. Then I'm going to use my feet, pull my heels towards my bum to pull my elbows in, and heart goes up to the ceiling as I press with my hands and down. Okay. And again, so ideas, different directions going on here. I am like reaching my thighs away from you as I press on my feet and tip my pubic bone back. Good. Now, I pull my elbows towards my waist as I press on my hands, make my shoulders be nice and square, and send my collarbones up to the ceiling. And again, reaching thighs away from me, pubic bone towards my nose, keeping those shoulders strong, pulling elbows in, pressing hands hard up. Good. And again, and keep doing it while I talk to you, okay? So especially in your extension, think that you don't want to let the ribs pop out. So it's very important that you keep that connection between your chest and your pubic bone as you go up so that that doesn't break. And again, inhale. Pulling elbows, hands are nice and broad, collarbone is open. Oh, beautiful. Last one. And you should really feel that opening in the thoracic. And let's do just one more. Pressing hands. Okay, so nice. Good. Now from there, both hands are going to come into this position. Coming together, I'm going to slide my arm towards the outside side of my left leg. And then I'm going to reach my left up. And I'm going to stay in that twist, breathing into it and really feeling my feet. Inhale. Exhale. Very good. So really let those shoulders be nice and engaged. And come back. And I go to the other side. So exhaling, reaching hand up. Very good. Breathing into that stretch. Twisting that whole body. Couple more breaths in there. Good. And back and up. Let's do two more. So we go down. We really lift that palm up to the ceiling. Allow those nipples to travel up to the ceiling. Okay, beautiful. Exhale. And let's do just the last one. Very good. So important to work on those torsions there. It's a bit of twist. Yes, that's wonderful. Good. Now, from there, we're going to go to our other torsion. So my hand is there. Now, my other hand is going to travel towards the back of my seat. And I'm just going to try to keep those hips nice and square forward. I'm going to press with this hand and the other one. I'm going to start imagining my belly button twists like a little ringing towel towards the left. So I'm going to stay there, inhaling to my shoulders. Exhale, soften my heart, keep going a little bit farther. So every time I exhale, I let my hands push me a bit farther. Exhale, because we're going to do 3 rounds of breath. Inhale. Exhale. Let it all squeeze and back. Good. So really imagining the belly button wants to travel towards that direction. And other side. So we're inhaling first, not too big. Exhale, let that shape go. Good. Inhale. Exhale, go a bit farther. Let your belly button go with it. Wonderful. Let it be really internal. Last one. Yeah. And relax. Gosh, yeah, very good. Other side. Inhale. So there's other kind of stretches we never do if we don't think about it, do we? And then we have lots of injuries because we actually incorporate them in our daily lives more than we think. We don't really warm up or work on them. Exhale. Good. A little bit more. Okay, last one on the left. Sorry, right. Today it's not my side today. Inhale. Belly button towards your right shoulder. Imagine you're really letting that belly button soften towards your right shoulder. Yeah. Inhale, last one. Okay, and relax. Good. Now I'm just gonna get into this position so you can see me better. Very good. Start from there. We're just going to go with arms up. So we're still on the edge of the chair. My hands are here, interlacing fingers. Palms are really facing up. So this is going to be quite tempting that the hands drop. Keep those palms facing up. Pull those elbows apart. And from there, imagine there is someone sitting right on top of your shoulders, okay? So if I was sitting right on top of your shoulders, this collarbone will drop towards your hips. So remember that, keep imagining that, and start to do little circles there, imagining you're really dropping those collarbones towards your hips. And you keep those palms facing up. Very good. Elbows are still pulling apart. Hands are still pulling up. So many directions going on. Good. Keep the shoulders nice and heavy. Pull your arms towards your heart. Very good. That's it. Keep that head in line with your spine. And last one, palms face up. And then reverse. So exhaling. Very good. Make sure that core is working. Keep thinking of those collarbones dropping down. Very good. What happens if I drop them down? Might feel a bit uncomfortable to have the shoulders in. That's completely normal. Good, and relax. Sometimes we're not so used to having actually the bones in the sockets. They just go around, they flow, they do whatever they want. So we're gonna have one leg long, the other one is bent in this case. And I'm gonna have left hand is up like this, palm facing up. My right hand is gonna hold onto my wrist, to my left wrist. Now from there, I'm gonna start down. Okay, so I'm down, I'm inhaling, I'm lifting my arms in this direction. I keep my left sit bone on the floor, pick up my right sit bone and start to stretch towards my right. And I come back. Now make sure you're not too away from the chair because otherwise you might fall. So the trick is that this left hip has weight on it. So we never lift off it. But this right foot presses so that my right sit bone, lifts a bit off. Okay, so you're inhaling, lift your right sit bone as you press on your right foot. Keep your left sit bone really heavy and stretch all that side. and exhale. So let's do it quite fluid. Inhale, exhale. Both feet are pressing towards the floor. Coming back. Inhale, exhale. Beautiful. Well done. Make sure your left arm bone is with you. You don't let it pull. You keep it with you. Very good. Last one. Okay, stay there for a second. Pull your arm bone into you. Really lift that right sit bone. Stay in that stretch. Breathe. Breathe for me into all that side of the ribs. Open that space. Okay, and rest. Let's go to the other side, okay? So long leg. Again, find your position in the chair that doesn't feel too uncomfortable. And then we're going to have right hand facing up. I'm holding on to the right wrist and I'm letting these arms come down. Good. So I'm inhaling, pressing on my left foot to lift my left sit bone. Keep my right nice and heavy and down. Inhale, exhale. Let that exhale be deep and down. Inhale, exhale, and down. Very good. Inhale, exhale. So as you exhale, you still come down. Good. Inhale, exhale, let it drop. Inhale. Last one, guys. And we're going to stay for this one over there. Stay there. Breathing to it. Let your right sit bone drop. Pull your arm bone into you. Breathing to all that side rib. And relax. Wonderful. Just from there, nice parallel feet. What we're going to do is let the hell roll down. Let the sacrum drop to come up. Just nice and simple. Mobilizing the spine down and up. Okay, so super fluid. Not really putting much effort. So what I want you to focus in this is just the importance of your feet. So ideally, after this whole round series of exercises, we might feel our feet a bit more present. See if you can still feel them in your roll down. How your feet are the ones that send your sacrum down in order to roll all the way back up. How your feet support you when you go down. So it's like all the awareness is going to that lower leg, that lower bit of your body. Last one. Very good. Okay, wonderful. Okay, and from there, we're just gonna take the chair up there. Okay, just nice. Just leave it there. We're just gonna finish with our shoulder bridge. That's very important to open the hips. So today, because I think we have done the full version once. So we're gonna do the full version. If it's not your first time, you're gonna do the full version with me. If it's your first time in this class, you're gonna do the first version, okay? And the following week, you can do the whole version. So I'm just gonna mark them both. So we're gonna be with our hands on the floor, parallel feet. Now, all I want you to think of, start by just relaxing all those muscles down to the floor. Starting to imagine your chest has that nice heavy weight in the middle. You can even put your hand on it. So what happens if you put your hand on your chest and press a bit on it? And imagine it's like spreading those shoulders apart and that sternum, making it broader on the mat. Great. So that your belly can also feel nice and spread. Very broad shape. Good. Now I'm pressing on my feet just enough so that my pubic bone tilts towards my nose, okay? So just simple. I'm just going to do that little movement for a second. So I'm going to go sit bones towards my heels, pubic bone towards my nose, and really roll it from your feet. So let the feet press to bring your sit bone towards your nose. Let your feet pull towards your heels, towards your bum, sorry, to go back into your neutral. Just this little pelvic tilt. Last one. And now we're just going to go for a shoulder bridge. So you start with a little pelvic tilt and you're going to start to let that belly melt down. So it's like the lower back and the belly wants to stay for as long as possible on the mat, hanging, really hanging. And I'm starting to feel the whole sole of my feet and my knees are connected together. So they're not fully apart. They have like a string in between them, pressing on my palms, and I'm reaching my knees away from me. So I'm really having those knees almost together. They're not together, but they're almost. And my belly's hanging and my heart is melting. And I'm reaching my knees over my toes. Good, guys. Yes. Go for as long as you can and come down vertebra per vertebra. So you're probably doing right if you feel like your whole body warms up. That's one thing to bear in mind. Another thing is if you feel like it gets to a point where you don't know how to go up anymore, well, that's good. That's because you're encountering this tightness here that we all have. If you skip that tightness, we'll never work through it. It will never get better, right? So we can actually go up with the lower back and do loads of funny stuff here, but we will never open the hips, and that's very important. So I want you to just go very little, actually. We're not going to do the full version today because I want you to go into the details. So next class. So you're going to tilt your pubic bone towards your nose and just even put your hand on your belly and imagine how your belly's dropping down. So you're not pushing on your belly at all. You feel that? Now, imagine your whole sole of the foot is pressing. So is there any bit that's not pressing? Is the inside foot pressing? And now your knees are not separating. They're together. Not fully together, but almost together. Yeah, they're parallel. Good. And I keep reaching my thigh bones. So I imagine I'm reaching my thigh bones away on top of my feet. Very good. That's it. And then I keep dropping my belly and keep pressing on my feet to pick up my hips. Good. And I drop all the way down. Good. Good. And you'll be sweating right now. Last one. So if you do it well, it's like all the warmth in your legs would sort of release. It's really nice. And again, it's really nice and equally unpleasant sometimes. I'm not going to lie. But it's very important. So again, release that belly. Press on your feet and relax that lower back. Hang it all there and just stay on top of your feet. You reach your knees away from your feet. Good. Now, if someone wants to get excited and go to the full version, you're going to pull your elbows in, right? So you really pull them in, but you make sure your blades are not squeezed. So your blades have space. Now, I am very heavy on my hands, and I want you to press on your feet to get light off your hands. So you're pressing on your feet so that your pubic bone tilts towards your nose and you get light of your hands. Your hands don't have any weight. You're breathing into your upper back to give your space. Beautiful. And then you're going to take your hands up there slowly and go all the way back down. Nice. So that was your full shoulder bridge if you try that. And it's not an easy exercise, actually. But very good. Very well done. We've got a session now that is just a stretching relaxation. If you haven't done it, we'll just stretch a little bit more. And it's just until 10 past. So if you're in Spain, you'll still have time to go for a walk after that. Because we're just free from 8 to 11. So it'll just go 10 minutes past 8. And it'll start in 2 minutes, just as soon as I close this one. So thank you so much for being here. As you've seen on my Instagram this week, the schedule is the same. The only changes are that there are no morning awakenings. So the morning awakenings just happen on Tuesday and Friday. Okay. They won't happen they won't happen the rest of the day. So no Monday and Wednesday, sorry. But you can check it on my Instagram because it's much clearer than in my head, to be honest. So just check it out there. And I will see you in just 2 seconds if you stay with me for this very quick session where we're going to just slow down, calm down a bit, cool down, and do some stretching, okay? See you in a bit.